Hey everybody, what's up? And today I'm going to be giving you a review of perhaps my favorite LEGO set of all time. This is the LEGO Ideas pop-up book. Starting the review with a look at the minifigures, we'll start with the ones from Little Red Riding Hood, and here is Little Red Riding Hood. I think this minifigure is done really well. I love the use of the hood piece that was first introduced with the Ninjago movie, used there in red for Little Red Riding Hood. I think that is really good. Her skirt piece is also really nice. It's a hard plastic there. I think it just looks really good and matches her torso well. Inside of her basket, she has two of these little pastries that are included that she's bringing to her grandmother, and the set does include a spare of those. And Little Red Riding Hood does not have an alternate face, but I think this is a really well done character. Next up, we have Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother and the wolf, who is disguised as the grandmother. So you can see very key similarities between the torso prints there and the legs with the pink. So it really just looks like the wolf did put on the grandmother's clothes. I even like how they include glasses on the wolf there to represent the glasses that the grandma is wearing. I just think it's really good, and I think both of these figures are very high quality and very nice looking, even outside of the context of the fairy tale. Rounding off the minifigures, we have two minifigs from Jack and the Beanstalk. So on the left we have Jack, and on the right we have the giant. Jack is a nano figure, and I think that that's a really good idea to do for this character. I think it just looks really good down there as a nano fig. I think the printing is about as good as you can get for nano figs. I'm personally not a fan of printed nanofigs, but I think that this one is actually done pretty well. And then as for the giant, I think he's done phenomenally. It's not right away standing out as a giant looking type of character, but when you take a closer look at the details, you can see he has the goose in his pocket there that laid the golden egg, which is down there lower on his pocket. So just little details like that I think really make this character. And now for the actual pop-up book itself. But before you look at that, there's one other book we actually need to look at, and that is the instructions. The LEGO Idea Set do a phenomenal job with their instructions. They look really good. And inside here, we actually have pages that just talk about the designers of the set, both the fan designers and the LEGO designers. And it also just gives us really nice history of pop-up books in general, as well as the history behind the fairy tales. So I think that's really good, and it's extra special to me because one of the designers, Jason Alleman, I watch on YouTube all the time, even before this set was made, JK Brickworks, and I just really am a fan of him and his work. So I'm extra happy to see his set as a LEGO set. And speaking of which, you can see the name of him right down there. They have the names of both fan designers. We have Jason Alleman and Grant Davis. And when I was building that and even just looking at this, I just thought that that meant a lot. You know, just seeing a fan's name on a LEGO piece is great. The print for the title, Once Upon a Brick, is also really good. It is a printed piece there, and it's just so nice, so nice. And all around this book is actually just really nicely done. I really like all the details that went into even just rounding the edges here. It just looks good. The top is actually studs, which I think is also a really good idea. Just kind of restates the fact that this is all LEGO. As for the spine, it's not terrific, but I actually like it a lot more than I thought I would. I mean, you could see this being on a bookshelf. There's definitely nothing against that. And then the back is pretty much the same as the front, except it is not printed on there. Then you can see the pages, and the pages actually look really nice too. I mean, just every angle of this book really, to me, just looks good. So now to open it up. The way this book opens is just so simple. You literally just open up the pages, and that opens up the story. So right now in there, we have the story of Little Red Riding Hood set up in there. So basically, that's really all it is. It's hinged, and when you close and open the book, the story just pops out, which is phenomenal. Really well done. And the mechanism is super simple there. Basically, there's just an axle running through here, and when it closes the book, the assembly just slides with the axle and just gets shut. It's really amazing. And it opens up the same way. So just really nicely done. And as for the actual build of this structure, it's really nice too. So this is supposed to be the grandmother's cottage, and I think it looks good. The door obviously opens, and there's a little bit of slack on here, but it's really nice. Can't say anything bad about the design of this. I really like the design of the chimney there, and just all around, this whole thing looks just really good. Looking at the corners here, there's a little bit of details. It's just like terrain, and this terrain is used for each of the stories in there, but it looks really good. And then looking at the back, it's kind of plain, but it still looks good. On this side, we have just a cup of tea down there, and then over here we have the grandmother's bed. And what's really cool about the bed is you can actually fit minifigs in there, just like so. So we can put the wolf in there if you want. And that just really helps create the story. And you could have Little Red Riding Hood come up, visit the grandmother. So it's really nice, and it's just a really good way to implement the minifigs in there. It really is nice. Now, one thing that is a little disappointing, and I have done some playing around this, is when you have minifigs in here, you can't close the book all the way. You know, there's just not enough room. And I did play around with different ways to put them. You know, I tried putting Little Red Riding Hood over here, whatever. You just can't close it with them. That's not a problem though, because the other story can. But I just love this. I just love how nice this looks, and I feel like part of the good thing here is when you do close this all the way up, you could have the minifigs sitting next to it on a bookshelf, or even if you wanted to, you could even just have them up here displayed, just on top of the book because of the studs. So either way, I think it's just phenomenal. I think that LEGO did a really good job with this book, and they didn't just give us one story either. They gave us another one. So there is another story included in this set, and this one is actually my favorite of the two. This one, you open it up and we get the story of Jack and the Beanstalk, as I mentioned with the minifigures. And one of the things I like right away with this one is that you can actually have both of the minifigs in this set at once. So you can say I have the giant just standing there on the hill, and that's basically what it's supposed to be. It's hills in the clouds. So they have micro scale houses down here, which is just beautiful. They have a windmill. I just really like the details on this. So nice. And then they have the big beanstalk, which is very nicely built, and there's a castle at the top of it there. And it's just held in there really, really good. I'll show you how it all goes together in a moment. But it's just really good because when you close the book, it just goes down. That's phenomenal. And then I just have the character of Jack set up on the side here. So it's really good because I think that if I'm going to have this displayed just on a bookshelf, I want to be able to open and close it with the minifigs just right there. I think that adds a lot. And yeah, I also really like the height. You know, because the other one was a big central structure, and this is still a nice sized structure. But when you're opening this thing up, this thing just goes really high. It's a really big thing. The mechanics are really cool. And yeah, I'm just a big fan of it. The last thing I just want to show with this set is how you change out the scenes, and it's actually pretty simple. So down here there are Technic pins that are holding in the major assembly of this. And all you have to do is just pop it out just like so. It's very simple. You just pop them out, and then you just get this little assembly that just folds up just like so. And that is how that comes out. And you can see it's really simple. All you're gonna do when you put the next one in is you just line up the pins, and you're literally just hooking it in there just like so. And it's gonna even be held into place with some plates that are sticking up there, as you can see. And it's just really, really well done. They're absolutely great. And then as for the beanstalk in the back here, all it is connected by is by a clip in here. So you can just unclip this just like so. And then there's also this assembly which is held in just into the anti-stud there. And that's really all you have to do for that. And then from there are studs in the thing that will allow you to just place in these other assemblies. So it's really, really easy to do, to swap out the things. And I think that one thing I'm going to love most with this set is the fact that I'm going to be able to switch it out for different stories. I plan on making a Harry Potter one to go in here, maybe something else. As I said in the beginning, this is one of my favorite LEGO sets of all time. Maybe it's even my favorite of all time. And there's a couple reasons why. First, I just love the fact that you can just open this thing up. It's just so functional. And I mean, it works good. There's no way it's going to get caught or not work. It's not a difficult assembly either. I also just love how presentable it is. This thing looks phenomenal. I love having it I'm probably going to end up keeping it on a bookshelf. It's definitely going to come to college with me. I just think this is such a great build overall. Just looks really nice too. I also love the fact that it was designed by two of the greatest LEGO fans in the world, and I think that just also means a lot to me. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you found it informative. Until my next video, that's going to be it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. Merry Christmas to all. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season, and I'll talk to you all again in my next video.